speaking of anime,
tell me about it, brother.
the Shroud of Turin.
Oh, very similar.
The Shroud?
The shroud that supposedly covered Christ.
Dude.
There's some new results coming out of it.
No.
Wait,
remind me.
Explain it from the get-go. What is this?
The Shroud of Turin is supposedly the shroud that when Jesus was taken off the cross, he was put in this shroud and put in the tomb.
The fabric, right?
Cloth, wrapped up.
Yeah, so basically it was like 13 feet long or something, and they laid him on one end and they flipped the other end over.
They swaddled him.
Yeah.
I did that with a baby.
Mm-hmm. But it was first discovered or like brought to the king of, I don't know, France or something in like the 1300s. But this man said that he journeyed to Israel and Damascus and stuff and then received this shroud to bring back. But it's always been dismissed as like, it's a hoax, blah, 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 blah. But the evidence that they've collected recently, and it was a man that was actually atheist that I think he set out to do a documentary, and I could be so wrong in all this stuff. I don't even have any notes on this. It's just what I've read. But he set out to do a documentary proving that it's a hoax, and he's an atheist, right? And they did this testing, and they found out that the fabric is indeed from Israel because it has like certain pollen and stuff from Israel, and it dates back 2,000 years ago.
Whoa.
Like to the T.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Even if it's like not the exact shroud, it's still significant because it was the time of Jesus, right?
But here's the thing. When you do the X-ray and you get the negative image of it, you can see where the blood stains were, and it's on his hands, his feet, on his head, and where his side was stabbed by the spear.
Oh my gosh.
Now, because I keep seeing it everywhere, but I literally, when I saw it, I was like, okay, another one of these fake things. But like, it seems legit.
Yeah, but that atheist guy, after doing this investigation on it, he's now a Christian.
Why? What turned it for him?
He said, there's no way this can be fake.
Wow.
He said, this is the shroud that Jesus was wrapped in.
Dude.
But no, that's confusing to me. So he's saying because Jesus is not in it,
what?
That he rose, and that's why he believes in Jesus now? I
guess. I don't know. I just said he was an atheist and now he's not.
That's cool. I just was curious as to what was the turning point for him.
But he also said, I don't know if it was him or another guy, they said that they will pay $1 million to anyone that can replicate what the shroud is without using ink or burning or like whatever, because the stains on it are from Jesus's blood.
Wow.
And like he said, there's no way someone could have faked this. It like lit. And they also said they were able to extract different parts. It was like, I think it said like creatine and something else, which your body puts out when it's in stress. So they say like a lot of torture victims, they excrete this stuff out of their skin and in their blood. And so they were able to find traces of that in it as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's wild, man.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's just crazy. And it feels like all these things are just coming out. Like we talk about the Ark of the Covenant, Gilgamesh, all these things, but that's crazy. Because it like really just confirmed, like, just, are these just more signs that are just coming out, you know, just the truth being revealed, the veil getting thinner, and then so less people have a chance to deny?
Yeah. And then someone, I forgot to save it, but someone took, they like scanned it, the face and stuff of Christ, like in the Shroud of Turin, right?
Did they see like the actual face that they created?
Yeah, and then they put it into AI and like made it look like this is what Jesus probably looked like. Wow. Yeah.
That's crazy cool.
And we're not far off from some of the depictions we've had in TV.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like a thinner and taller Jonathan Rumi, it looked like almost.
Yeah. That's not it.
So he was very tall?
No, I mean, he just
5'6".
Yeah, he looked.
Oh.
He was just like, that was the AI image, looked kind of thinner.
Very interesting.
Wow, so cool.
Very interesting.
Very wild.
Very wild.
What's another maybe a piece of clothing or an item from the Bible that you would just be stoked to find? Like if you could choose to find
the Ark of the Covenant. Like, because it has the Moses' staff or the staff of Aaron.
Yeah.
I'm too
basket
scared.
of manna and the 10 Commandments.
I'm scared, though. I don't know the rules.
Yeah. You immediately just go, what's in it?
Get blasted. You can't see the stuff that's in it.
Maybe you can now.
Maybe technically touch it. Yeah, you probably can.
This image is wild.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see what manna's like. I think that would be cool. What if it's like so delicious?
Let me send this to you guys. I want you to see this low.
It's like a goo.
Goo.
Yeah, they say it was almost like it was like very putty almost.
Oh, I thought it was bread.
It was. I mean, like technically, it's not like the type of bread that we have now, though.
Oh.
Yeah. The way the words the Hebrew words that describe it was like almost like a gooey substance.
Barf.
Hold on, I gotta resend this. Get out of here!
I'm losing it.
What do you want to see, Andy?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of like something that would be really funny.
Oh, what about the perfume that was poured on, that the woman poured on Jesus?
I would smell fantastic. That would be a plus. I would smell fantastic. I would just want maybe just the whole Last Supper meal.
Cool.
Just all of dinner.
14 foot. That's how long the shroud is.
That's pretty cool.
So 7 feet end to end, like when you fold it over.
Yeah.
I just want to send this so you guys can let your minds.
That's the whole thing with Lee Strobel, The Case for Christ. Was like he was an atheist and literally was going out just to prove him and his wife, everybody wrong, and then literally just like ended up a frickin' diehard, dude. Everything points back to him.
Dude, look at his face imprinted in there.
I know.
He had high cheekbones.
You see like his hand, how it's like right here.
Oh, wow.
Which is also crazy because in Imagine Heaven, when they talk about, like, it was like a 4-year-old talking about Jesus.
Yeah.
He said, Dad, he had markers on his hands. He's like, you mean like color markers? He's like, no, red markers here and here.
Oh, man, Lanta.
He said, oh, like they weren't here? He said, no, they're in his wrist.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, that's wild.
Bro, and that's because it's like those tendons are so strong, right? Mm-hmm. So you hold your body weight. Yeah. Because if that happens, like you're literally tearing through your skin.
This is the craziest thing I've ever seen.
I'm just trying to understand.
Pretty wild.
Why his hair is imprinted in the image.
That's what they're saying. They said it's nearly impossible because they said it's like a 3D rendering of him in shroud, like encased in the shroud.
Yeah, but like, why would hair?
I mean, probably his hair is probably covered in blood.
Blood and sweat. Yeah, they said there was a creatine imprint.
Yeah, that's it. Ugh. Creatine. We take that to work out.
I know.
You guys are just stressing yourselves out every time you do it. That made me sad when you said that, by the way, that he was so stressed out. I know he was, but
oh my gosh,
think about.
Yeah, it does make you think about like the hair. You're like, why would they? Oh, that sucks. Yeah.
That is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. Why do I want to cry about it?
I want to keep reading about it because if it's legit and authentic, like
from the studies they've done. I mean, this came out when this comes out. It'll be a week ago, but like for us right now, it was like 4 days ago where they're like, this is in fact 2,000 years old.
Yeah.
I love that he's petitioning people. He's like, I'll pay you $1 million if you could recreate something that's even like close to what this is.
Yeah.
You know, that's crazy.
Some guy I remember hearing a story about that when they were starting to do like what is the backdating for like dinosaur bones and stuff like that? What is that called?
Carbon dating.
Carbon dating.
Yeah.
And they were testing some stuff out, and there was a guy that had it in town. They were doing carbon dating, and he had a buddy. He's like, "Hey, I found something, a long time ago. Can you check it out?" And he apparently had like dug up like some like old like dog bones from his like dog's family farm, and stuff, and they were moving, and so they just brought it in. And no joke, they're like, yeah, this is almost like 10,000 years old.
I knew it! I know that they don't know.
It's like, okay, well, that's a bummer.
There's a ton of those.
Yeah. And it's just tough. Like, you can't, it's all estimation and stuff. I would love to go into some of the different theories of the beginning of the 7-day creation. Mm-hmm. Like seeing if it's, like taking it literally or like, the stuff behind that. That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, dude, that would be really cool if we did that, like a study as a group. This year I've been trying to personally identify like how I could explain the Trinity or like why I believe in the Trinity and how I understand it. But if maybe in 25, if us ninjas were trying to understand days of creation and time as God explains it, I think that'd be really good. I don't think we'll ever get to it like conclusion.
Okay. Guys, once we figure out the way God thinks.
But wouldn't it be cool to study together?
Yeah, it would.
What if we did it with our Patreon group?
Okay.
Cool.
Speaking of Patreon group, though, did you hear that? We got it! Don't go anywhere!